Hey guys, we are going to finish the lesson we started the other day. So if you have your journal notes, it is right here. So we did the whole first page, and now we are going to go on and finish the back side. We did part of it. So if you're in your book, we started on page 159. I think this will be maybe page 162 or 163, maybe 164, somewhere around there, but is within this lesson. So we are going to work on the first problem, and it says the perimeter of a square is 4 times as great as the length of any sides. Determine if the perimeter of a square is proportional to the side length. Okay, so one more time, it says the perimeter of the square is 4 times as great as the length of any sides. So when we start learning how to write equations, I generally like to mark on my problems. So we're talking about the perimeter of a square, and they're saying that it is 4 times as great as the length of any side. Okay, so if you think about it, like if I have a square here, if I have a side length of 1, okay, let's go ahead and write this out, then that means my perimeter is going to be 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, right? So if I have a length of 1, the perimeter is 4. Okay, like let's just say this was inches. 1 inch plus another inch is 2, plus another is 3, plus another is 4. Right? So the perimeter is 4 times the length, right? And then if the length is 2, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, we get 8. If the length is 3, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, right? Because for perimeter, we add all the sides, okay? So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 12, so that's my perimeter, okay? So we can see that we're making a table, but even just based on the words, it says the perimeter is like equal 4 times the length of a side. And that's supposed to be an L. Y'all could not see when I did this, so I'm going to have to do it again. The perimeter is 4 times the length of the side. You could put an S, I don't, just because my S's a lot of times look like 5s. So this is my equation. I could also write it as y equals 4x or y equals kx, right? Because I don't see a plus or minus, okay? This probably makes more sense to us because these are variables that we understand, but just so you know, the length and the perimeter, those are relating to points on the graph. X and y, those are points on the graph, okay? So notice over here we put L and P, whereas we normally put X and Y. It's fine, it doesn't matter. We can use any variable we want. So it's saying, is this proportional? Yes, this is proportional. Because our equation is in the form of y equals kx. Okay? We can write that. That's one reason that I can prove that this works. Okay? Because it's y equals kx. That means it's proportional. So the other reason is we could also just kind of look at our table, and we can remember our 2 reasons We look for a constant rate of change, delta y, delta x. Well, how much is that increasing by? That's increasing by 1. So the y goes up each time by 4. The x each time goes up by 1. And just remember, this would be like x and y. Okay? So we have a constant rate of change. And if I take the table back, 3, 2, 1, 0. 12 minus 4 is 8. Minus 4 is 4. Minus 4 is 0. And it also goes through 0, 0. So you could say, yes, it's proportional. Yes, it's proportional because it has a constant rate of change and goes through 0, 0. So it has a constant rate of change. Put this so you can see it. It has a constant rate of change, 4 over 1, which is m. But because it goes through 0, 0, it's also k. Okay? Okay. So our next one. A health club charges $35 a month for membership fees. So $35 per month. Determine whether the cost of the membership is proportional to the number of months. Explain your reasoning. So, all we're given here, guys, is that they charge $35 per month. Okay, that's the fee is $35 each month. So remember our per, each, every, we don't see it, but that's what it is right there. $35 a month, $35 per month. Remember, that means 35 in. It means a number next to a letter. Okay? And think about it. If it's $35 a month, for 1 month, 35 times 1. For 2 months, 35 times 2. For 3 months, 35 times 3, right? So that would give me the cost. Okay? So, look at that. Is that proportional? It is proportional. We don't see add, we don't see subtract. Okay? And again, I can write it y equals 35x, y equals kx, and k being 35. Okay? $35 each month. That's that unit rate. Okay? So, this is proportional because it is in the form of y equals kx. And again, if I wanted, I could just make a little table over here. I could say month and cost. In 1 month, it's $35. 2 months is $70. Sorry, it's so sloppy. 3 months would be $105 because I keep adding 35. And when I take this table back, it's going to go through 0, 0. So this one is proportional. So, as long as you don't see add, as long as you don't see subtract, we're good. Now, if I don't want them to try to trick you with plus 0, okay, but anything else. Now, last problem. This is kind of what I want us to make sure we can do today, which is create a table and graph from an equation, okay? Create a table and graph. So, remember, like last time, we do x, y. Now, and I told you before, I generally I usually use 3 to 4 numbers. I always use 0. a positive, a negative, and then usually something else, something easy to use, which I'll just use 2. Okay? Now last time, remember we were using half. So I was trying to use even numbers because I know how to take half of even numbers easily. So this time, what we're going to do is the same thing, but easier numbers. So, first one, guys, what do we see here for x? 0. So 4 times 0 minus 3. So I'm plugging in 0 right there. Guys, what's 4 times 0? 0. And what's 0 take away 3? I hope everybody knows that is a negative 3. Okay, so one thing I already know is this is not proportional because it does not go through 0, 0. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing. So look real carefully, just if you did not understand, x is 0. Here's x. So I did 4 times 0 minus 3. This time I'm going to use 1 for x. 4 times 1. What's 4 times 1? 4 minus 3 is 1. Okay, so that's my next point. Let's do the other positive real quick. I want to make sure we're understanding before I try to get into maybe confusing you with the integers here. Okay, so now x is 2. 4 times 2 minus 3. What's 4 times 2? 8 minus 3 is 5. Okay, now the last one, this one, I know it may get some of us. X is negative 1. 4 times negative 1 minus 3. This part's triangle. What's 4 times negative 1? Well, 4 times 1 is 4. Positive times negative is negative. Now, look at this. Same, sum, add, to the left. Okay, and now we're going to quickly graph. Okay, so first point, 0, negative 3. That means start at 0. I don't go over, but I go down 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to be careful because last time I did not graph those off a little bit. Okay, that's 1 point. Next one, 1, 1. Start at 0, go to the right 1, up 1, there's my point. Still feel like I'm a little off here. Okay, next one, negative 1, negative 7. Oh my gosh, this is driving me crazy. There's a hair here. So, negative 1, go backwards, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And my last point is 2, 5. Start at 0, 2, means 2 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so you can kind of tell that that's straight, and it looks like it's definitely linear, but it does not go through 0, 0, so this is not proportional. Okay, pretty steep line because my constant rate of change is 4. So that means 4 up, 1 over, and I will explain that at a different time.